Okay. All right. Okay. What's up? What's up, everyone? Anyways, I want to say Happy Halloween. I know, like, it's not officially Halloween, but Happy Halloween. All right. I'm gonna get started in this very short. I'm gonna go over, gonna go over more of the book I've been reading. Go over this book here. Yeah, this book here called Another. This is a Japanese horror book. By this this author right here, Yukito Ajasuchi, or however his name's pronounced. Yeah, this that's the author. And this is the novel. The book called Another. It's also a manga adaptation of this as well. So once I get done reading this, I'm gonna go to the manga as well. I'm gonna pick that up. Anyways, I'm gonna be discussing more of this book, and after I get done discussing more of this, I'm do a couple, do a couple of poetry for you guys. So after I get done with this, all right, I'll get started with this in a few minutes. I'll, kind of give people some time if they want to, hop on in and whatnot. So I'll go this in a few minutes. I'll just open to it. I'm just looking at something real quick. Just still waiting. Wait a few minutes, then let some people get a chance to get up in here. Then I'm gonna get started. Going over the book and everything. All right. Even though like I'm still reading. I'm still reading this book. I'm about halfway through, but I'm still gonna I'm gonna talk about like what I read so far in this book and everything. With you all. Even though I'm halfway done with it, but I'm gonna still talk about it. All right. I'm still give give a few minutes, wait for some people to show up. All right. All right. Get started in a minute. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just get started. Anyone pops up, just make sure you go in the chat, just say hey, to me or whatever. But anyways, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, all right, with this book here, as I said, I said it's a manga in this, so once I get done with reading this, I'm going to the manga. Or actually, never mind that. There's also another book to this, but it'll also talk about the girl. It's gonna be mostly about the girl, and after that, it's also gonna be like a direct sequel to this. So once I get done with this, I'll read about the girl. I'll look at the manga, and I'm pretty much gonna look at anything with this. The title here. So yeah. Anyway, let me get on it. All right. So with this, when I've been reading, so far, like the boy named Koichi, he was in the hospital, and he ended up meeting this girl named Mai Mizaki. And ever since like he met her, it seemed like stuff that's been certain things that's been happening with him. Like you know, there's a girl in his class, she ended up dying. She ended up dying. Like she got impaled by an umbrella. She was going down the stairs, so she ended up falling. And the umbrella got her. So far, I came across that death, and there's also been another death, like with a woman, like he was talking to, like when he was in the hospital. Like the woman, her name was Miss Mizuno. Like she was, they were pretty much book buddies. They talk about horror books as well, and she ended up dying. You know, up in the elevator, like guess like the cables on it must have snapped down and came crashing down and ended up killing her. So that's the second death I came across, and I think there was a third death I read so far with this. It was about like it was some guy, I can't remember his name, but it was some guy. He ended up dying, of a heart attack, and so far, from what I read so far, it's been 3 deaths. Yeah, been 3 deaths so far from what I've been reading. And up in the school, you know, up in his class, the class, they started ignoring him. I guess like something must, I guess something with that class, I think it's something with that class that's making making the students and even the teacher ignore the guy like he doesn't exist. And with May, like she was up in there as well. Like they was treating her the same way, and that's like what I've been been reading so far. Like he met up with May back at her place, and they started talking. You know, they started talking, and that's pretty much like where I left off. Like I still got way more to read, but this is what I've been like reading so far. Like with May talking to him, saying like she exists. She's not a ghost. At first, when I was reading it, I was thinking she was a ghost as well. Like this guy is talking to a girl, and nobody else don't seem to notice. But like the only reason they was pretty much ignoring her, like I think it's something with this class that happened, some years ago. I think it's dealing like with some type of curse or something with this class, and I think she has something. I think like they think she has something to do with it or something. I'm not too sure. I gotta read more, but so far with me reading this, I mean, this book ain't bad so far. Makes me just want to keep reading more and more, and plus, I also been looking at the anime as well. Certain episodes of it, and certain from what I've been looking at so far, like it follows this book. It follows it, and I'm pretty sure it follows the manga adaptation as well. I mean, I'm still gonna look at the manga, but yeah, it seemed to follow this, and man, I know I also looked at clips of it as well, like with the deaths, but like I've been pretty much reading this book just to see like what leads up to these deaths, and like what leads up to these kids and teachers just ignoring the Koichi and ignoring Mai Mizaki and everything. All right, so as I said, like I wish I could talk more and more about it, but like at the same time, I still got some more reading to do with this book, so I'll just leave it right there. Pretty much with Koichi and May talking, basically. That's why I had to stop. But I'll read more. Once I read more, I'll have. I may have another video up just really talking more and more about it and giving my overall thoughts with this book. So, yeah, I really like this book so far, though. I like reading these Japanese horror. I mean, this is the first Japanese horror I'm reading, but I'm reading more and more, and I'll make videos of this or do live stream. But I'll probably do a video just talking more and more about these horror books. As I said, these horror books have pretty much been an inspiration for my writing and everything. So more information, more inspiration for me. Yeah. So all right. That's pretty much it on this part. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple of poetry for you guys. Read off a couple of poetry. To end this live stream off. So go ahead and do that right now. Okay. All right. For the first poem I'm gonna read, this one's called "There the Skeleton Lay." All right, here we go. There, near a tree, a skeleton lay. Who could who could this person have been to have been laid to rest near this tree? Body decomposed to nothing but a skeleton, out where someone could see. Could this person have been murdered or died unexpectedly and not and could not get any help? One would never know. All could be done is leave the skeletal body to lay. All right, that's the first poem. This is called non-exist. All right. Why could no one hear the sound of my voice? No matter how hard I raised my voice, no one looked it. As much as I tried to get their attention, not one single person looked at my way, as if I was non-existent to the world. All right, this was short. This was pretty short, but that was the poem, non-existent. And for this final one, like it was gonna be another poem. It was gonna be called Ceremonial Ritual, but I changed it to this one is called The Maze. I was looking at someone play this game called Silent Hill, The Short Message, I believe, and the girl running around trying to escape some flowery type of monster, and that kind of inspired me to do this poem, called The Maze. So this is inspiration from it. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. All right. Trapped in a maze, chased by or words getting mixed up. Anyways, trapped in a maze, chased by a flowery entity, the girl tries to escape, going from door, leading to a dead end. Nowhere else to run. The creature closes in on the girl and kills her. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, this was pretty short as well. All right. Just wanted to, do a little poetry for you guys to close this on off. And the poetry that I did, one of them is going to be turned into a video. I may have something up this week, from one of these poems. I may, or may save it for next week. But anywho, just wanted to do this little live stream for Halloween and whatnot. Going over more of the book I've been reading and doing a couple of little poetry for you guys. But anyways, you guys happen to catch this on the replay, go ahead and check it out. And I'll catch you guys later. All right, peace.